Store-bought salsa, it has preservatives, it has sugar, it has salt, tons of salt, and worst of all, it all tastes like crap. I'm gonna show you my family recipe right now that you can make under 10 minutes, and it tastes amazing and it's healthy. Today, we're gonna be making my chili salsa. I warn you now, it's spicy, so we are gonna put on the website the different measurements of each spice and stuff, but I recommend as you're cooking it to really do it to taste, to your personal taste. And if you end up making it too spicy, there's an easy fix. All you do is just add more tomatoes. I already got some olive oil heated up in a pan, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Serrano peppers and you're going to roll them in your hand. So you're gonna go just like that. So what happens when you roll it is it crushes all the seeds inside, which actually makes them even hotter. So it kind of makes it in between a Serrano and a habanero, like right in the middle on the spice level. So I take that, I roll them, and I drop them in the olive oil. And what we want to do is we don't want to cook them, but we're just trying to kind of blacken them. So now I got all the Serranos in there, and basically I just keep stirring it. You just want to just give them a quick cook on the outside. You're really just trying to just give them a little bit of a brown to the outside. It takes about 1 or 2 minutes. I recommend opening a window at this point because it definitely is gonna fill the room with a very pepper smell. So those are cooked. As you can see, they're just slightly cooked on the outside. Nothing too crazy. So what I do basically now is I'll just set those in this plate for later. Just kind of let them cool down. They are gonna be really hot to the touch, so be careful. So at this point, I have my food processor. You don't need a food processor, you can use a blender, but you're gonna need at least a blender. The blender tends to work too good, it's too fast. It'll make your salsa into like water soup really fast. So if you are using a blender, be very careful and just kind of pop it a couple times, and that's all you're really gonna need. So I have some tomato sauce. It's a spicy tomato sauce. I buy it in the can. You can buy whatever style you like. I'm gonna put some chili peppers, same kind as you use in like a pizza. So I'm gonna put half of those in here. And then what I'm gonna do with the other half is I'm gonna brown them. This is kind of the secret to the sauce, so to speak. Gives it its smoky flavor. So I'm gonna let those brown. I'm gonna put all my dry ingredients in there. Some garlic powder, pepper, salt, some onion powder. And then these are almost brown. So I'll throw my cilantro in there. Now with the cilantro, I just do it to taste. The exact measurement will be on the website, but I really do it to taste because you can over cilantro. I've done it, and cilantro is amazing and awesome tasting up until a point, and then once you pass that point, it just starts to really taste gross, and it overwhelms the whole taste of the salsa, and you just end up just tasting all cilantro. So you can see those are kind of brown now. They're almost burnt, but not really. That's what you want. And you'll know also because it'll start to smell like spicy popcorn. So you throw that in there. I'm gonna throw 2 tomatoes in there. You're gonna cut the Serrano stems off, and you're gonna throw those in there. This is really where your spice comes from. So more of the Serranos you put, the hotter it is. I'm using 8 in this amount today. 1 jalapeno, and I soak it in water and lime juice. Just gives it a little bit of taste. If you soak it for like a half hour before you put it in, usually makes it taste a little better. And so I'm gonna blend that up now. So then at this point I put my crushed tomatoes in there. These are fire roasted tomatoes. They just add a little extra zing to it. So I throw those in there, and I throw those in last because I don't want them to get chopped up too much and have it end up being a puree instead of salsa. All right, so at this point, it's done. So this is that personal taste time. So what you wanna do at this point is you wanna taste it. What you're tasting it for is the consistency. So if you like it more chunky, you know, that would be more on the chunky side. It's a salsa, it's not a pico de gallo, so it's not gonna be real, you know, chunky tomatoes or anything. It's more like a salsa. So if you like it more liquefied, just blend it up a little bit more. Also, what you're gonna be tasting it for is your spice level. So at this point, when I taste it, I'm making sure that it's not too hot. Most of the time, it's a little too hot, so if it is, I'll add another tomato. That's why I have these here. And I'm also gonna taste the cilantro and decide whether I would add a little bit more or if it needs a little bit less. If it needed a little bit less, obviously you can't take the cilantro out, so I'd add another tomato to make up for it. Perfect. Okay, so what you want to do with this, it's just like a spaghetti sauce. So I recommend making it the day before you're going to use it, or at least 3-4 hours before you're going to use it. Put it in a mason jar, put it in the fridge, and just let it sit there for at least 3 or 4 hours, so all the ingredients can really, you know, get soaked into each other. It's just that much better, trust me.
Is curry bad for you? No, it's an amazing spice and you can do so many different things with it. I'm gonna show you right now how to make an amazing tasting curry chicken that's extremely healthy and high in protein.